Ladies and gentlemen, we're here.
I'm part of the Kliq, isn't everybody?
Yes! 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 I got an idea, yeah. Beat up John Cena!
Give me a hell yeah!
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
Too sweet! This is where the power lies!
I am the man.
Beat me if you can! Come on! It's showtime, folks!
The following episode is scheduled for one fall, and it is for your listening pleasure. This is In The Kliq.
What's up, everybody? Baby Huey here, back at it for a very special episode of In The Kliq, and I cannot wait for the premiere of AEW Rampage this Friday, August 13th at 10 p.m. on TNT. And joining me to talk all about it is one of the commentators, pro wrestling legend, the world's strongest man, Mark Henry. How's it going, Mark?
Man, life is good. Life is good being the world's strongest man.
Love hearing it. Listen, man, it's an exciting week for AEW. As I mentioned just a second ago, their second cable TV show, Rampage, premieres this Friday. You will be doing commentary along with Excalibur, Taz, and my buddy Chris Jericho. So I just want to know, whose idea was it to come up with a 4-man commentary team?
Man, I have to give all that to Tony.
Okay.
Tony realizes that my perspective is a little different than your typical announcer. We talk wrestling all the time, and he goes, man, people need to know that. And I'm like, well, yeah, that's why I'm here. And I've been giving that information to the fan, to the pro wrestlers. Like, they need to know it, but also the fan needs to know and hear the passion of somebody that loves the history and loves the process of pro wrestling. And that's kind of been my role. Like, now I'll be able to not only I've worn a myriad of hats, and this one will be a new one, but I'm liking it already. And it's got versatility to it. I will not be confined to the announce table. If something happens, then I just feel like, hey, man, I'm going to go in the back. I'm going to take the microphone, and I'm going to go in the back, and I'm going to ask the tough question.
Really?
And sometimes it might be good. Sometimes it might be bad. It's like, like, how are you feeling? You had a championship opportunity, and you lost. And sometimes it might be, look, you're the number one contender. Like, how do you feel, and who are you going to attack now that you're the number one contender? Like, there's so much that can be done that's not done in pro wrestling.
Yeah.
And to say that means a lot, because in pro wrestling, everything and anything has happened.
Yeah. Oh, man, I cannot wait for that. That sounds very exciting as far as that unexpected aspect of it with you with the open microphone and you going out there and talking to the wrestlers post match and stuff. I'm looking forward to that. But so what else can fans expect from Rampage? For me, I'm just curious. I love Dynamite Wednesday nights on TNT. So will we see storylines from Dynamite carry over to Rampage, or will there be whole new storylines that will be seen played out only on Rampage? I'm just kind of curious how Rampage is going to be brought in with the whole AEW storylines going on.
No, there's going to be new and intriguing storylines, but yes, you will see the carryover from Wednesday take place. There's people that have issues with each other, and those issues are going to be they're going to be dealt with on. I can hear myself in the background, and they'll be dealt with on Rampage. So I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be great.
Awesome. No, I cannot wait to tune in as well and just see all the action. So I know you've been with AEW now for almost a couple months now, a few months here. And I know you recently were on Renee Paquette's podcast a couple months ago. And one of the things you were talking about were just some of the, strengths and weaknesses of AEW. So I would love to kind of get an updated answer from you as far as the current state of AEW. What are some things that you see are working, and what are some things you see that might need improving just to see AEW grow into this awesome promotion?
You know what? The things that I see are not something that can't be fixed. Sometimes you see a problem, you go, man, we're going to have to explode this and start all over. That's not what AEW is. AEW is, hey, man, rather than go right, go left. And it's boom, it's dramatic success because they already have the talent. They already have everything that there is. They just, I've walked that path before. I know where it leads to. And if I don't tell you the right information, then there's something wrong with me. And there is nothing wrong with me. I want AEW to succeed, and I'm going to do everything I can to make that happen.
Awesome. No, I'm looking forward to that. And I know you've said in other interviews, one thing you are looking forward to about joining AEW is working with the talent on the roster, and you would love to do more mentoring and coaching. So who have you been working with thus far over the last couple months? And is there any names we need to keep an eye out on that we maybe not have seen as much on Dynamite week to week?
You know what? Everybody that you've seen on Dynamite, I've had some interactions with, from the Darby Allins to the, Powerhouse Hobbs and Wardlows, and the list goes on of guys that, I've worked with. I've been there for over a month now, so I've been able to have conversations with, so many people. Everybody that I have had an interaction with is doing an unbelievable job. And like I said when I came out, AEW is not broken.
Mm-hmm.
Like, AEW just needs to have some screws tightened. And it's going to be an unbelievable show for a long, long time. And I can't wait till Friday because Rampage is going to be more of the same from Wednesday's Dynamite. And I think that with the four-man booth and with the differences in the show and is going to give a few more added things, I think that is going to be highly, highly successful.
Yeah, no, that's great to hear. And I'm glad you did say Powerhouse Hobb. I am biased. I'm a huge fan of his. He is from the Bay Area where I'm at, and I've been seeing him wrestle for years. So just to see you acknowledge him, I'm very happy. I'm looking forward to see his career just get even better with AEW. But listen, I definitely have to ask about this. I know everyone's been talking about it for the last couple of weeks. So, there's a lot of buzz around AEW with the rumors of CM Punk and Daniel Bryan potentially signing with AEW. So hypothetically speaking, how important would it be to get them with AEW, and what do they bring to the table?
Hypothetically speaking, either one would be great. And, as a fan, what they bring to the table. But from the inside, they would bring more eyes on the product because of the fact that they both are established talents and they've been around for a while. And the world of pro wrestling will look at it as, wow, this is where it's going. Mm-hmm. And once you get that, which has already happened, then you have more eyes on the products. So I look at it from a business standpoint more than just being excited like a normal fan, because it is exciting. Mm-hmm. And nothing is etched in stone, but I think that, where there's smoke, there's fire. And I'm hoping for anything, man. I'm just a wrestling fan that wants to be shocked as much as, and I don't want to know anything. I'm just like you. I want to experience it real time, so you can get an honest reaction from Mark Henry at the announce table.
Absolutely. I love hearing that. It's I definitely recommend everyone out there to listen to one of the recent episodes of Busted Open Radio, the podcast version, talking about rumors and stuff, the masterclass. I really enjoyed that whole conversation you guys had. But another thing about AEW that a lot of people have been loving is how the company has kicked down the forbidden door and is working with New Japan Pro Wrestling. We also seen Impact, NWA, and a few other promotions. So what are some goals you want to see AEW accomplish by working with these other promotions?
I think it's great, man. I think that to be able to go in and out of, as a little kid, I always used to do the fantasy booking. Mm-hmm. Like, man, what if the Von Erichs would, have a battle with the guys at Mid-South? And you always wanted to see that, but it would never happen because, back in the territory days, people only worked with the people that they were in their territory. And now Tony has created this forbidden door where you never know, somebody from New Japan might show up, mm-hmm. or somebody from Impact or MLW, like, Power, like you don't know. Mm-hmm. So I think that's a great thing that he's done, and he's made the world of pro wrestling love the world of pro wrestling, not just one brand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I absolutely agree. Just the fantasy booking and all the ideas of what could happen, like these all-star type shows. I'm looking forward to see what more can come from this, especially, as things start opening back up and we kind of transition back to our previous normal lives. But listen, the Summer Olympics just happened, and I just wondering if you had a chance to watch much of it. Was there any talent that caught your eye? You do have a great eye for talent out there. So I know Gable Steveson has been a hot commodity as of late, but anyone else out there that stood out for you?
You know what? I'm hoping to get to see Gable Steveson soon. Mm-hmm. Have a sit down with him. I hear that he's a fan, and that's cool. But I'm a fan of his. My son is a fan of his. My son is a wrestler. So, like, that'll be a really, really great meeting. But, yeah, man, there's about 3 or 4 people in the Mark Henry pipeline that nobody's ever seen before that I feel like they can be great wrestling talents. And it's just a matter of time, just got to let everything play itself out.
That's great to hear. Listen, Mark, I know you got a busy day doing a ton of press promoting Rampage this Friday, 10 p.m. on TNT. I just want to thank you for everything you've done in the pro wrestling business. I've been watching you, of course, since the Attitude Era to present time, and I just can't thank you enough for all the years of entertainment and just respect everything you've done in and out of the ring, the community work that you've done, your work in radio and broadcasting. So I'm very much looking forward to seeing you on commentary starting this Friday. But most of all, just thank you for everything.
Man, thank you. And I appreciate your energy, man, and your love for the business.
That's great. So listen, encourage everyone, AEW Rampage this Friday, 10 p.m. on TNT. Catch Mark Henry along with Excalibur, Taz. And as everyone here in the Bay Area knows, my celebrity best friend, Chris Jericho, is going to be on the call. I look forward to it. And Mark, hopefully, fingers crossed, AEW comes to the Bay Area and we can continue this conversation in person. Thank you.
Awesome, man. Let's do it.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Talk to you later. Thanks, Mark.
All right.
Bye-bye. There you have it. Thank you again to the world's strongest man, Mark Henry, for being on the show. Watch the premiere of AEW Rampage this Friday, August 13th at 10 p.m. on TNT. And remember to watch AEW Dynamite every Wednesday at 8 p.m. also on TNT. You can follow Mark Henry on Twitter and Instagram at @TheMarkHenry. Make sure to follow AEW on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube as well. All right, Kliqsters, let's go home now. Remember to subscribe to In The Kliq on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts. We're also on a ton of other major podcast platforms. Help the show out by rating, reviewing, leave a comment, and share the podcast. Subscribe to In The Kliq's YouTube page, watch the videos, hit the like button, and leave a comment. Please follow In The Kliq on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Just search for @InTheKliq. Email us at inthekliq@gmail.com. Once again, thank you for tuning in and for all the support. And that's the bottom line because Huey said so.